Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Welcome to Numeralytics. I am your host, Malinda Valentine, also known as Queen Bee, and this is the Numeralytics Energy Observations update for the month of October. We're in October, guys. Happy October. We should know that October is a one universal month. You know what that means? That means it's time for a fresh start, new beginnings, shake that old energy off of you, and start to individualize yourself so you can step out on faith and do what it is you need to do this month. So I'm so excited to bring to you this report, this energy report, because I'm calling these energy reports not really forecasts. They're really energy reports. They're reporting on our energy for the month, see where we are, and see what we need to do to balance that energy. So I'm so happy to bring October to you because guess what else October means? Means it's sneak peek season till 2026. Because we know last month was a non-universal month. So that was mirroring the energy that we were in personally. Now in October, with that one, that's going to be showing us the energy that we're going to be heading into for next year. So this is a one universal month. And then when we get to 2026, that will be a one universal year. So everything that I talk about today, you should take it all in and understand that this is your opportunity to start your New Year's resolutions way earlier than December 31st because we shouldn't be starting that day either, right? So this is your real New Year's resolution in October because this is showing you the energy that you're going to be experiencing next year. So this is also a time for you to get familiar with that energy. And to make sure that you're aligning yourself so you are doing the right things. So without further ado, let me get the slides shared. All right. I hope everyone had a great September. I hope everyone took their time. Okay, let me get this up here. I don't like to talk when it's sharing because it buffers. All right. All right, so we have our slides up. We know it's October, where this is our Upcycle Universal Personal Energy Report. This is a preview for next year. So you guys are going to be hearing me. You're going to get tired of me saying that this whole time, that all this energy that I'm talking about for October is preview season energy for 2026. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. We know our agenda is going to be to talk about October as the one universal month. Again, here you go. We're going to have a sneak peek into 2026. And then we're going to talk about the colors and crystals. And I bet you guys can already guess what colors and crystals are going to be for the month. Because I give it's a dead giveaway with me because I always make the presentation, the color of the universal month. And I'm always look at my nails. Hope you guys can see those. He's actually changed 3 different colors. So they're all colors that coincide with the universal month. So I'm pretty proud of that. But anyway, we're going to get into the activities that we should be making sure that we're doing this month. Super important. The weekly energy forecast, our personal energy factor, making sure everyone knows what that is. And of course, looking at our upcycle monthly forecast and then our planetary report that we have renamed to Eyes in the Skies. So I hope you guys like that. And let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. Now, before we get started on the theme for the Universal Month and all that stuff, I want to just talk to you guys real quick about the astronomeric period that we're in. Excuse me. I'm sick, you guys. So if I call for whatever, I sneeze, just excuse me. I'm under the weather. But anyway, before we get into the universal month of being a one universal month, I want to talk about the astronumeric period that we're in because this is also energy that we have to this is energy that we have to respect, right? For this time frame because these are the periods that we go through. So the universal months could be different depending on what universal year we're in, right? For each month, but these periods never change. So I wanted to make sure we started with the periods first so we can kind of get that out of the way. I took that off of the planetary report because I feel like it's important enough to have its own section. And we renamed the planetary report Eyes in the Sky. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a different direction with that report. All right. So the astronumeric period that we are in for the month of October, we begin October in the period of the -6. And that is going to run from October 1st to up through to about October 22nd, and give or take, depending on the cusp. that period. So this first part of October is a great period for those people if you are a Libra, a Taurus, or if you're born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of the month, or if you're life path 6. The beginning of October is going to be a significant period for you. And then as we get into the end of October, starting about October 23rd through October 31st, I'll just say, because we just want to focus on October. I know that says November, but we want to focus on October. So as we get into October 23rd to October 31st, to the end of the month, we're going to be in the period of the nine. Now, I know you guys are familiar with the universal year. We just came out of a non-universal month. So I'm sure we're all pretty familiar with the energy of the nine. So that's the period that we're going to be entering for the later part of October. And that period is going to be favorable for those that are Scorpios, Aries, or Leo, or those born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th of the month, or if your life path nine. This is going to be a significant period for you. Okay. So we wanted to make sure we honor that. And we want to make sure that we're letting everyone know if this is a significant time for them, whether it's based on astronumeric period or based on the universal month, we want to make sure that you guys understand that energy. All right, great. Let's move on and get to the next slide. I'm happy that I was able to actually come on camera with you guys because I'm really under the weather and I tried to get this done prior to today, but I was so under the weather, I just could not get it done. So here I am, and I'm glad to be here with you on screen. All right, so let's get into our slide. So as we can see, we're starting the month of October off. We always look at what is the month expressing, right? So the expression we know is all the letters that are in the word added up. That's what your expression is. So we want to look at what is October expressing for this month. So when we look at the Pythagorean system of numerology, October adds up to a 33-6. So we know 33 is the master number. That's a Christ consciousness number. That number's it's a healing frequency. It's a healing number. It's a master teacher. It's very steady and reliable in business. It's not known particularly for good or evil. It is associated with a strong desire to protect others. And we get that from that six. Six is the guardian, is the protector. Preference is shown for the quiet side of the country rather than city life for this number. And the energy is dignified, considerate, and discriminating. And only in rare cases is it found to have a bad influence where it is seen to be in connection with like rebellions, riots, and law breaking. Now, I will say, with everything that's been going on just globally, we don't know. That could happen, right? We could see this expression of 33 for October wind up in some rebellion, some riots and law breaking. We don't know because there's so much going on between administrations and different global politics. We know that a lot of things are tumultuous right now. So we want to hope that we stay on the high side of that 33, that this is a healing month, and that we're looking at those double threes, being creative, self-expressive, ambitious, not scattering or wasting energy. Want to really embrace these expressions and understand that they're all a part of the energy that we're going to be embracing and embarking on when we get into as we get into this universal month of October. And then when we look at the 33, 3 plus 3 is 6. So when we look at the 6, we know that the 6 is very magnetic, it's artistic, it's creative, it's all about the home, family, love, it's about its duties, it's about its responsibilities. It wants to create harmony and it wants to create balance at all times. So it's always making adjustments to try to create that harmony and balance. It's the cosmic guardian, so don't be surprised if people are coming to you for advice this month. Do what you can to be that cosmic guardian for people. Also, just because we know, everyone's going through a lot, so it doesn't cost you anything to be kind to people. So, you could be saving someone's life. So make sure you're being kind and you're listening to people if they come to you or they reach out with a problem. What you want to avoid with that six is being stubborn or slow to decide, being meddlesome in other people's business, dogmatic, or not adjusting to create the balance and harmony that needs to come about. So just make sure all of us are living on the top side of that number. All right. And then when we look at the Chaldean system of numerology, October is expressing a 30/3, which, we could also look at this like a master number two with that zero behind that three. So the 30 is the number of mental superiority over your peers. It's a mental plane number. It's neither fortunate or unfortunate. It depends on the mental outlook of the person that's using it or utilizing it, or the person that's encompassing the energy. It can be all powerful or all indifferent. It really just depends. That number 30 does set material things to the side, not because it has to, but because it chooses to. It's not really fancied by the material things. Those aren't the things that really matter to it, right? So it's excellent for handling large affairs. Has love for the theater, dramatics, writings, and plays, children, and animals. So these are all good things associated with that 30. And it is the number of mental superiority over your peers. So, we want to make sure that we're honoring that mental number this October and really making sure that we are looking to manifest everything that we want to do within this one universal month. We really had the opportunity to really go after what we want and be bold about it. And that's what the universal month is really telling us that we have the freedom to do. So the 30 is really a brilliant number when it's used in its higher aspect. But when used in a lower aspect, it does bring treachery and disloyalty. And then we know with the three that could come with wasted or scattered energy, jealousy, emotional extremes, or gossip. So we want to make sure we're avoiding those things. Always want to live in, always want to be living on the high side of our numbers that we're dealing with. So, you want to use the good side of that three. You want to be creative. You want to be self expressive. You want a social network. You want to expand your business and your personal social networks this month, because the energy is there for it. So, that is what October is expressing. And I thought that was interesting, and I'm going to just say this real quick while we're right here, because we see that 33 in Pythagorean, we see the 30 in Chaldean. So that's 333, right? So what I thought was interesting, that's a lot of three energy that's being expressed this month. Um, but what's so funny is the moon is going to be meeting Saturn, and it's going to appear to be 3.33 degrees away from Saturn. So the moon and Saturn will appear 3.33 degrees away from each other after the full moon this month. So what that tells me is that we definitely need to work hard, Saturn, to get structured and organized to make sure that we're living on the top side of that three. All of those threes. Okay. So that's a lot of ambitious, creative, self expressive energy, good for writing, good for literary times, arts, plays, theater, shows, all that kind of stuff. So that's what October is expressing. So let's now get into the theme and where we are. It's a 9 universal year. We know that all too well. But October, so we know, so let me back up. So we're in a 9 universal year. How did we get that? We're in 2025. So 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So that's how we get the universal year. And when we're looking for the universal month, what we simply do is we add the position month to the universal year to get our universal month. Okay. So when we do that, we have October. We have, I'm sorry, we have universal year 9, sorry, plus October, which is the 10th position month, which equals out to be a 19-1 universal month. So this is where we are, guys. We're in a one universal month. And again, like I said at the beginning, this energy is the same energy that we're going to be feeling come January 1st. Okay, because January 1st that's going to be 2026, and we're going to be entering a one universal year. So just make sure you're paying attention to this. And I want everyone to start incorporating these themes in this month. So when you get to the end of December, you're not like scrambling around trying to figure out what you need to do to get yourself on track for January. This way, if you start now, you'll already be on track, right? So no better way to get ready by staying ready, right? So like I said, we're in the one universal month. So what is the energy theme for that? The energy theme for that is new beginnings, independence, planting seeds, right? Planting those seeds for the next 9 cycle. And stepping out on faith and really, taking things by the horns and doing what you need to do for yourself. Because this is one is a very, I don't want to say it's a selfish energy, but it kind of is. You kind of need to look out for numero uno. That's why it's a one, because if you don't look out for yourself, you're not going to be able to look out for anybody else throughout the rest of the year. So you always have to make sure you're correct and you're right and you're goals and your dreams are standing in front of you and you're honoring those things. So, like we said, October, it's a one universal month. That's an end cycle. That means it's very physical, it's direct. That means the things that come to you in this cycle are meant for you to handle in this cycle. You're supposed to pounce on them and you're supposed to be direct and go after those things that come to you in this cycle. Fire being that ruling element that brings that passion and action, that inspiration and very ambitious energy. Number ones love to rise to the top of anything they do. And this month is no different. It's going to require that you rise to the top of your creative output, of your expressive output, in order for you to receive that abundance and receive your blessings. So you really need to step into this one energy. So who is the one universal month significant for? We talked about who the what the period of October is and who that's significant for. Now let's look at who the one universal month is significant for. So in this one universal month, the benefactors are going to be those that are Leos, Aquarius, in a minor way Aries, or if you're born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, the 13th, the 19th, the 22nd, the 28th, or the 31st of any month, or if you're a life path one. So if any of those things apply to you, this is a significant month for you. And that tells me that all of these energy themes that we're talking about are definitely speaking to you and are definitely what you should be doing this month to get yourself on track for your next 8-month cycle and for next year. I'm going to continue to say that. All right. So let's look at a little bit more about what the monthly theme brings. It's independence, new opportunities. Like I said, planting those seeds. It's a new start in all things, anything. It's a new start for that. Your personal experiences, your business experiences. You want to try to strike out on your own in some way. Take the lead whenever it's required of you to do so. Individualize yourself. Step outside of that crowd. See what's unique about yourself and individualize yourself even more. You're at the beginning of the road here and you're at the height of the power here in this one universal month. So we want to really take it by the horns. You got to grab that thing. You got to ride it. You got to ride this month because you have to get as much production as you can right now to jumpstart your next 9 cycles, right? So that's what it's all about. Laying the groundwork for those cycles, planting seeds wisely, reaping what you sow. What you reap now, you will sow. Plant the seeds that you want to grow. What you reap now, you will sow if you plant the seeds that you want to grow. So this is the time that we should be doing that. And you definitely don't want to be lazy, pessimistic this month. Those are not the energies that you want to embrace this month. You should always, you can take counsel from others and listen to others. But at the end of the day, the counsel should come from you. It should come from your intuition, from your heart, and from your mind, and what you feel is best for you. Okay, so that's what you should be doing. New projects, innovations, inventions, fresh start energy, planting seeds for the next 9 cycle. This 9 universal month coupled with this 9 universal year. Sorry, let me slow down. This 9 universal year coupled with that one universal month is bringing us a bunch of passionate, energetic, creative, ambitious, imaginative, emotional, physical, direct, innovative, proactive energy. So why would you waste that? Do you know we only get this opportunity every so often? And I'm saying that to say about the one universal month, they'll only come around every 9 cycles. And it's even more important for the year because you have to wait 9 whole years to get back to your one universal year. So whenever you're in a one universal year or one personal year, make sure you're doing the things that are honoring that one energy and starting something new. Okay. So this month is going to be good for your career. There's going to be career achievement this month, either promotions or raises that you've been looking for, uh, susceptible to happen this month, or new opportunities, or you stepping away from your career. This might be you stepping out on faith, right? And starting that business that you've been wanting to start for years, you've been thinking about for years. This one energy is going to give you the push you need to push you out there, step out on faith to start your business. Get your plan ready for the next 9 cycles. And like I said, the whole month of October, you have 31 days in October compared to December 31st in one day. So you can't make a New Year's resolution in one day and think that you're going to be effective in that throughout the following year. You have to start before that. You have to plan. So this is the perfect opportunity. You have 31 days in this month to plan how you're going to go about your next year. Okay. So I want you guys to make sure that you're thinking about that and honoring that energy. All right, let's get into the do's and the don'ts. All right, so the do's and the don'ts for the month. Let me just make sure everything is still running smoothly. Yes, great. All right, so the do's and the don'ts for the one universal month of October. Do start something new. Do be independent. Do be direct and forceful with your ideas and your plans and your wishes. Do lay your groundwork for the next 9 cycles. Do take the lead when it's required. Do not be lazy. Do not be pessimistic. Do not take the advice of others over your own good intuition. Be ambitious and go for what you know and what you want this year. I keep saying this year because I do mean this year because this is the preview season. So everything that we do in October is going to be indicative of where we're going to be at for January. Okay, so you want to make sure that you remember that and honor that energy. Now, let's get into these colors and crystals. Now, I'm going to come up for a second so I can brag a little bit. All right. Hey, guys. All right, hold on. I didn't want that view. All right, there we go. That's the view I wanted. So the colors and crystals for the month, you guys. So all shades of golds, bronze, honey browns, yellows, golden browns, all of these colors. So you see everything I have on. I have my B pendant with the amber because the crystal's amber. So I have my B pendant with my amber in it. I have amber in my ring. I have my nails. Right now, I must be kind of warm because when it gets cold or when I get cold, these turn very dark, deep chocolate brown. So I'm in love with these tri-colored nails that change color. They're supposed to be mood nails, but they're really just based on temperature. So, but I love them. I'm fascinated with them now. So I keep getting these colors because they really help me to match the energy of the universal months, or even if it's my personal month. Like I've already honored the universal month for last month and this month, and now toward the end of this month, I will put on my personal month's colors. So that's just kind of the way that I do it. But these are the colors that you guys can embrace this month. Okay, that you guys can go for. And let me get this back up on the screen. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Activities for October. Manifesting journals. So, you guys, and I forgot to mention that the show is sponsored by the Balancing Elemental Energy Reflection Journals that I have up on Amazon right now. So, let me just pull these up real quick. And I'm going to remove that so it doesn't look funny. So, make sure you guys go to Amazon to get your balancing elemental energy reflection journals. These are for sun, moon, or ascendant, whether it's in a fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, an air sign, Libra, air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or a earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Whether your sun, moon, or ascendant is in one of those signs, you guys can pick up those journals on Amazon. The link will be in the description below. They're only $10. I swear it's the best 10 you'll ever spend. You're not just getting empty journal pages. No, you know Queen Bee don't get down like that. I'm very detailed. So in that journal, you're getting information about your zodiac. You're getting information about the number that's associated with your zodiac. You're getting all of your balancing elemental energy tools, the crystals, the colors, the days of the week, your your mantra, different things like that, your superpowers. So there's a plethora of things that you can get out of those balancing elemental energy journals. So make sure you pick one up, especially because that's what you're supposed to be doing for the month of October. Manifesting. So that's a reflection journal, but you can manifest in there or you can reflect in there. So pick up a journal so you can get your manifestations. And you can also use this time to think about the things that you want because you may not know what you want yet for 2026, right? Maybe you don't know. This is the time for you to sit down and really give yourself 20 minutes, 30 minutes to sit down and think about what you want. Write it down. Write it down 3 times, then 6 times, then 9 times. Use the 369. So, these are different things that we can do to make sure that we are creating the reality that we want to create, right? You want to start something new this month. You want to take the initiative with your career, whether that's through a job that you work at or stepping out on faith and leaving that job that you work at to go start your own thing. Travel to somewhere new, plan for the next 9 cycles. Also, this month, I want everyone to think about getting a physical this month or getting a checkup, getting some lab work done. Or if there's anything that's been bothering you, try to go get it checked out this month. This is a good month to start that because now it's like you're starting a good health routine in this 1 month, and that should carry you through the next 9 cycles. Okay. And this is just a good time to really just make sure everything's okay. All right. So those are our activities for October. So let's get on to our universal week. Okay. So for the month of October, we know, all right, so the first week is going to be October 1st through October 7th. This is going to be an 11 universal week or 2 universal week because, not everyone's up to the 11. So I read both energies. So, it could be very visionary. You should be looking to work in group dynamics and looking for those downloads because those are the things that are being sent to help you to increase the vitality of the whole of the collective. So we want to make sure that we're honoring that if you're in that 11 energy. Some people are exhausted from the 9, you know, from the 9 universal month last month. So some people are not may not feel like they can handle that 11 energy this week, and that's okay too. So if you need to drop back down to the 2, you drop back down to the 2. That's why it's there. And if that's the case, then it's going to be a lot of patience for you this month. I mean, for this first week, teamwork. You're going to be you should be using tact in your interactions. I mean, there could be small changes for you either around your office or around your home. Make sure you're being understanding and diplomatic within your relationships and your collaborations this week. And the significant days in the first week of October, we're going to give that the Thursday, October 2nd, which is tomorrow, and then Monday, October 6th. That's going to be significant. All right. Looking right into the second week in October, which is October 8th through October 14th. This is a 3 universal week, you guys. So, what that tells me in this week is, and even with the first week, I failed to mention all of these weeks, we want to be starting these things, right? Because one is the energy, we're in the one energy to start something. So, in the second week of October, which is a 3 universal week, you want to be starting a creative project. Be expressive, be more ambitious. You're going to find that you're having some social hours that week, might be some happy hours going on, right? And what's so good about that is Thirsty Thursday is October 9th, and that's one of the significant days this week. So, hey, maybe it's a happy hour where you expand your personal network. It could be something like that. Because this is indicative of a very fun, light energy. There can be some opportunities for career and personal growth in this energy. And I call 3 a social cycle. So this is a social cycle. So get out there and have some fun. So again, the significant days in the second week of October are going to be October 9th as well as October 12th. And then as we move into the third week of October, October 15th through the 21st is the third week in October. That's going to be a 4 universal week. So of course we know with the 4, it's work, 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 hard work, hard work, hard work. So that third week in October, I would imagine that all of us will be very hard at work trying to build a structure and or a foundation for us to head into the rest of the month and really the rest of this year and really think about next year. Take the third week in October to work hard on a structure or a foundation for what you want to do for next year. That will be a great time to do that. Let's keep in mind also that 4 is a health cycle number. So there could be some odd and unusual or mysterious accidents or injuries. Always double check your prescriptions when that 4 energy is present. Make sure they gave you the correct name on the prescription and make sure the pill is correct for what kind of medication it is, because those are some things that could get misconstrued during this time. This is also a mental health cycle. So I want everyone to make sure they're stepping out there and get some of that crisp fall air. It's so crisp and nice out. I really do love this time of year, besides from the allergies that I get in fall. But other than that, it's good. I love fall. Okay, and then the significant days in that third week are going to be Sunday the 19th. Okay, and then as we move into the last week in October, That's going to be October 22nd, right through the 31st to the end of the month when Halloween is. That's going to be a 5 universal week. I don't think we've had many 5 universal weeks this year. So that's going to denote some dramatic changes. And it's not surprising because that's ending off a universal month. So there should be some dramatic changes. I hope by the end of the month you've made some dramatic changes. Some new opportunities have come to you. You have some dealings with the public. It could be about your career achievement. There could be some short distance travel this month. This is a real, I mean, sorry, this week. This is a real literary week. So could be dropping a book or starting to write a book or thinking about an ebook, something with writing, screenplays, something dealing with the public. That five is very multifaceted and multidimensional. So it could bring a plethora of opportunities your way. So keep your eyes open at the end of the month for that 5 universal week energy coupled with that 1 universal month. That's going to be a huge week for career advancement, career achievement, and recognition and new opportunities in your career. And as we look at that last week, I would tell you that that Thursday, October 23rd, that's the money day. That's Jupiter Day, and it's coinciding with the 5 universal week. So make sure you take advantage of that energy. Okay. And if there's anything that you want to know more personal about yourself, hit me up and we get you a keys chart. I forgot to tell you, we're actually having a sale on the keys charts right now. If you purchase one of these journals and you show me proof of purchase, you get $10 off of your keys chart. Okay. Here's an example of a keys chart. So you're really getting pretty much everything. This is all your most of your core information that you would get in a keys chart. So make sure that you hit me up so we can get you a consult. Okay. Now let's get into the juicy part, you guys. Guys know I love the personal energy factor. I still have not updated this slide to reflect the correct acronym, but I will do so shortly thereafter this show. So personal energy factor. What is a personal energy factor? Well, I am so glad you asked me that. Personal energy factor is a factor that determines your personal cycles that coincide with the universal cycle. So it determines your personal years, months, week, and day energy. Now, how do you get your personal energy factor, do you ask? I'm glad you asked that. So, of course, we have three examples on the board. And these three examples, of course, are in honor of Libra season because that's what we're in right now. So, looking at the first example, September 27th is your birthday. That means your month is a 9. We add that to your day, which is 27, and that equals a 36. When you add 3 plus 6, you get 9. Your personal energy factor is a 9, and you're a cosmic kid. You're always in lockstep with the universe. So when it's good, it's great, but when it's bad, it can get very low. So I always need you guys to be mindful of that energy and be sure that you're monitoring that about yourselves. I'm actually going to be doing a show on Numbers Matter that's kind of looking at that energy by looking at one of our star athletes. So it's really important to understand that personal energy factor of 9 because it's really crucial to all things, to your health, to your mental health, to just really understanding the rhythm of the cycle and not allowing yourself to get too low, okay, or too high. All right. Moving right along to the second example. If your birthday is October 18th, your personal energy factor, we would do 10 is your month plus 18 as your day. That would make you a personal energy factor 28. When we add 2 plus 8, that equals 1. So if you're a personal energy factor 1, you're always one cycle ahead of the universal energy, always and forevermore. It never changes. This is why I love the personal energy factor. It allows you to map out your cycle as it coincides with the universal years, months, days, and weeks. And that really allows you, it gives you the power and the strength to really create your own reality. Right now, you can look at where you're going to be and make decisions based off that energy, and not saying that that has to be the deciding factor for everything you do, but it should be taken into consideration. And if you have knowledge of something, why not use it, right? So I just wanted to give that little spiel. And then let's look at our last example. If someone is born on October 20th, we would take their month 10 plus their day 20, and that equals 30, which happens to be what October is expressing in Chaldean this month. and that person would be a personal energy factor 3, and they would always be 3 steps ahead of the universal cycle. All right? So that's how you get your personal energy factor, and now we're going to move into this good part where I give you a little bit of a preview of your energy for the month and where everyone's going to be, and I'm just going to read it just like this, and I'll add on what I think is important to add on. We always want to start with who's going to be in a one personal month, okay? So in order for us to start at the one personal month, guess whose personal energy factor we have to start with? The cosmic kids. Those personal energy factor 9. Right. Correct. So personal energy factor 9, because remember I just said they're always in lockstep with the universe. So if the universe is a 1, a personal energy factor 9 is in a 1. No questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. So what I want to do with this personal energy factor report. First, I want to say we already know we're in a one universal month. That's an end tide. So we know that means it's direct. And the things that are coming to us this month, we're supposed to keep them and we're supposed to act on them and we're supposed to go after them. We know that's a fire elemental month, right? So that means proactive, passionate, willful, vital energy. Okay. Very energetic, active, going after what you want. Okay. So everyone is in the one universal month. Right now, we're going to see where you are in your personal month and what you need to be doing. So, like I said, we're going to start with people who are in a one personal month. So, I'm going to read the chart from bottom to top to bottom. Okay. So, personal energy factor 9, you are in a 1-1 up cycle. Big surprise. Your tide is in, your fire. You're all in this month. I'm going to need you to start something new, even if it's you starting that to start something new. That's starting something new. You need that. You have to start something new this month. Plant some seeds. Be very independent this month. Stand out on your own. Your career goals this month, you should be able to meet those and attain those goals. This is a travel cycle for you. You could be traveling somewhere new or somewhere for your career. And the people that are meant to help you this month are those that are supposed to help all of us this month. So people who are Leos or Aquarius or a minor way Aries, or like I said, or those born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of the month, or those born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of any month. These are the people that are going to be attracted to you this month. These are going to be the people that you're attracted to and that are meant to help you this month. So make sure if you have any of those people in your life, those are the people that you need to be looking to. But again, for you, look to those people, but at the end of the day, you follow your own heart and intuition because you're in a one energy, and that means it's all about you. It's not about what other people think is best. It's about what you think is best. Okay. Now, moving right along so we can get through this personal factor. Personal energy factor number 1. If you're a personal energy factor number 1, you are in a 1 master number 11 or 2 up cycle. That all depends on you. So that means your tide is in for the universe. That 11, you're on the cusp. You could be in or out. But if you're going to be in, you're going to be on that 11. If you're going to be out, you're going to drop down to that 2. That elemental energy is fire, and water. So if you're in that 11 personal month, this is spiritual downloads for you. This is very visionary energy, innovative energy, inventive, really group dynamics, something that you are doing to help uplift the betterment of the group. It's the welfare of others. If you're dropping down to that 2, you're going to have some slow movement. It's going to be some germination period. You're going to really be kind of sitting on things that you started last month and really just honing in on them and making small changes here and there and looking at the little fine details. And that's what the energy that you should be honoring this month. The people who are going to be meant to help you this month are going to be those that are Cancer or those that are born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 16th, the 20th, or the 29th of any month, or Leo or Aquarius. Those people also are here to help you. Okay. So now looking at personal energy factor number 2. If you're personal energy factor number 2, you are going to be in a 1-3 up cycle. This is in fire energy, very creative, very ambitious energy. Ones and threes are very much about their career. They're very ambitious. Both of them like to rise to the top in anything they do. So this is very ambitious energy. I would just caution you to not allow yourself to burn out in this cycle. Pace yourself, but be very creative and expressive. And make sure you're networking this cycle. You're going to be attracted to younger people. They're going to be attracted to you. Make sure you watch for your emotional extremes this month. And, don't waste or scatter your energy. And don't spread yourself too thin, and don't take on too much, like bite off more than you can chew, or like agree to things that you can't complete, because that can be kind of what happens in that three energy. And the people who are here to assist you in your three personal month are going to be people who are either a Sagittarius or a Pisces, or those that are born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month. These are the people that are going to be attracted to you. You'll be attracted to them, and they're here to assist you along your journey in some way this month. All right. Looking at personal energy factor number 3. Personal energy factor number 3, you are in a 1-4 up cycle. This is an in out up cycle. Fire, air, but remember, this is the heavier air. This is the air that can weigh you down. This is the air that can put that fire out. You want to create balance between this fire and this air. Okay. So, how you do that is you make sure you're working. You make sure you look to start something new in your work, a new routine, a new way you go about it, a new route that you take to work, even. That could even be what you do. So, just make sure you're working, and you're putting order to the things in your life, and you're creating that structure and routine. You're looking after your health, and you're being careful, and you're on the lookout for those odd and unusual things to happen. And when they do happen, you don't allow them to get you despondent. You just kind of say, "Hey, I know I'm in that energy, and I'm gonna do mind over matter and pick myself back up." So that's how you can balance yourself to pick yourself back up under that heavy air of the 4, because it can be very heavy of an air. And the people who are here to help you this month in your 4 personal month, this is so perfect because it's Aquarius and Leos. So either or, we could go either or, and it's going to be the same people that are here to help for the universal month. So that's Leos or Aquarius, Aquarius or Leos, or those that are born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of the month, or the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of any month. Those are the people that'll be attracted to you, who you're attracted to, and who are here to assist you along your journey this month. Moving right along to the personal energy factor number 4. You are in a 1-5 up cycle. Now, this is in energy, it's fire air, but now you're in a light air. See, so you see the difference is that 4 is a heavy air, 5 is kind of a lighter air. This is a mid cycle rebirth. This is a career cycle. So, people who are in a personal energy factor number 4, this is a critical career cycle for you. You want to be going for all you know in your career, new opportunities, new positions, a raise, a promotion. Ask for it. This is the time to do it. Use that last week in the month. Use October 23rd to ask for your raise, you guys. That's the day to do it. Okay. Dramatic changes. You're going to be looking more towards your freedom this month. You might be dealing with the public, and you're going to be popular this month. 5 is the other social cycle. So those are the 3 and 5. So those are the 2 social cycles. So make sure you're taking advantage of that energy. You can also use that to expand your network and do what you got to do. So for you guys in that 5 personal month, the people who are here to assist you are going to be either Geminis or Virgos, or those that are born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of any month. Okay. And let's move right along to personal energy factor number 5. You are in a 1-6 up cycle. That is an in and an out up cycle. You're fire and earth this month. So that's that stable, passionate, disciplined, pragmatic energy. Um, this month you're going to be a little out. You're going to be looking toward home and family. Do something new with your home or your family. Do a new adjustment. Try something new with the way things are going. Switch up the schedule a little bit if you need to. Make a little bit of an adjustment to see if it brings about better balance and harmony in the home. Um, this is a health cycle, so make sure you're looking out for any like upper respiratory things going on, which I actually have right now. And this is also a relationship and a financial cycle. So, pregnancies, births, engagements, weddings, all that kind of stuff. You might be attending some of that, or family reunions in your 6th personal month. And those people that are here to assist you, and that you're attracted to and that you will attract in your sixth personal month are going to be those that are Taurus or Libra, or those born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of any month. Okay. Um, Moving right along to those people who are in a personal energy factor number 6. Personal energy factor number 6, you're in a 1-7 up cycle. That's an in and a way out up cycle. It's fire and water. That's a paradox, oxymoron, right? But the way I look at that is, that's your way to really create magic. Now I know with that 7, it can be a little heavy because that is a critical cycle. It is a travel cycle, so you could be traveling somewhere new that's long distance, because the 7th denotes somewhere long distance or over sea or land or to sea. And the 1 is to travel somewhere new. So you could be doing some of that. And you could be doing that as a part of a sabbatical that you have to take, that you need to take for your mental health. So this is a mental health cycle. It's an inner work cycle. The real advice that you'll get is by going into solitude and just speaking out loud to the universe what it is you want or what it is you're looking for, and then sitting with yourself silently for, 20, 30 minutes if you can, longer if you can, an hour. And I promise you, all the answers that you need in this 7 personal cycle, they will come to you. They will come to you. But what I will caution is if answers come to you, they're not for your immediate use. They're for you to come to you, for you to write them down in your balancing elemental energy journal. And then when you get into your next cycle, it's your powerhouse, baby. And then you can start putting those things to use. So just take it easy this month. People who are in a 7 personal month, just take it easy. You're going to be fine, I promise you. And guess what? You have people here that are meant to help you. Guess who they are? Those are Cancers or a minor way Pisces, or those that are born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 2nd, the 11th. I didn't do the seconds. The 2nd, the 11th, the 16th, the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, or the 29th of any month, or the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th of any month, or of Cancer or a minor way Pisces. These people are here to assist you this month. So if you need to reach out and lean on them. Okay. Now, moving right along to personal energy factor number 7. All right. Personal energy factor number 7, you are in a 1-8 up cycle, baby. You are in and you're way in. Fire, earth. This is very much of a power cycle. It's a financial cycle. This is your bounce back cycle. That's what I call the 8th cycle, no matter where it shows up, because you have just went through 2 out and way out cycles, worrying about first home and family, then worrying about yourself. This 8 cycle is time for you to focus on your power, get your power back, focus on your financial gains, your business ventures that you want to look to start. This is a pregnancy cycle, so a lot of business ventures are started in this 8 cycle. So that's something to look forward to. It is also a relationship cycle, and this is a cycle where, old flames might be you know resurfacing. Just, take it with a grain of salt. You don't never want to move backwards, always forwards, right? But it's okay to, keep in touch with people and all that kind of stuff. I understand. But make sure you're conferring with your elders and your ancestors this month. 8 is the energy for you to be doing that. Also, 8 is that karmic numbers, that karmic energy. So, if you haven't been putting the work in your last 7 cycles, you might not have that power 8 cycle that I'm talking about. You might be getting the karmic, you know, outcome of the work that you did not put in. So you want to always make sure you're putting the work in through all of these cycles that we go through, right? So you make sure that you can harvest what you need to harvest when you get to 8. All right, moving right along. Personal energy factor number 8. If you're personal energy factor number 8, you are in a 1-9 upcycle. That's an in and a cusp upcycle. It's fire, fire energy. So, you're on a precipice, right? So you're universally, you're beginning something, but personally, you're ending things. So what you should be doing is looking for those new things that may have come up that you're just not feeling and you want to put it into them. This is your time to do so. You want to put it into things that are no longer serving you. You want to transform things that you've been working on to a higher level for humanitarian purposes or for the collective group purpose, right? This is a health cycle. So you want to watch your temper, you want to watch alcohol intake. You want to watch road rage and being around sharp objects, fires, knives, guns, explosions. This is a travel cycle. 9 is a long distance travel cycle, and 1 is a travel cycle to somewhere new. So you may be going somewhere new that's long distance that you've never been before. So that could be happening with you this month. 9 also does bring on an onset of celebrity news or celebrity sightings or interaction. So you might have some interaction there. And that 9, of course, it brings loss. So it's a personal 9 energy for you. So there's some things that you're going to have to let go of. So I would just tell you to let go of them without bitterness, and just know that that 1 is right around the corner. So just make sure that you're honoring that energy. And those people that are here to help you in your 9 personal month are going to be those that are a Scorpio, a Aries, or a minor way Leo. Were those born on the 9th, the 18th, or the 27th of any month. Sorry, not every month. Any month. Any and every month. All right. So that is the personal energy factor forecast for October. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that and you got something out of it. So now we're going to run through our old planetary report. We have renamed it to Eyes on the Skies. Okay. Because we just want to get into it a little bit here. So we have a lot going on in October. And to be honest with you guys, October is one of my favorite months, well, this time of year. And it's because during this time of year, the skies are so clear and you can really see planets, you can see other galaxies, you can see the meteor showers. If you get one of those really clear, crisp, cold fall nights, my God, you can see everything in the universe. You can just look up and I'm in awe. I love looking up at the stars. I love looking at planets. I love telescopes. I don't currently have one. I always had one growing up. Um, but I love it, and I love to know, like, which planets are near us and which ones aren't and all that kind of stuff. So, if you're like that, like me, you're gonna love October. There's a lot going on in October. So, I'm just gonna, quickly go through some of the things that we have going on for the October energy for our eyes in the sky. So, let me go ahead and bring this up back on the stage. Okay. So I'm going to run through all this. I'm not going to give everything an explanation. Some things I might explain, some I may not. But these are just for you to know that they're happening. And if you have time, you can go out and put your eyes on the skies. Okay. So on October 2nd, our closest galaxy and Andromeda will be visible. It'll be visible with the naked eye. So they're saying if the sky is dark enough, you can see with the naked eye. But if you use binoculars or a telescope, you'll see the spirals in it and all that. So you definitely will be able to see Andromeda on October 2nd. And then on October 5th, I mentioned this earlier, the moon is going to be near Saturn. It's going to appear to be 3.33 degrees away from Saturn. Okay. So you're going to see that little conjunction going on. I thought that was going to take place after the full moon, but it's right before the full moon. So it's right before the full moon that happens on the 5th. And then the October 6th into the 7th is when we have the full moon. It's the harvest moon. They call it the Hunter super moon. It's going to be a super moon. The moon will be at perigee when that is when it's the closest to the earth. And that's going to be a full moon in Aries. So, it's going to be a lot of initiative type of fiery energy coming out of that full moon. So just make sure you have your reflection prompts and all that kind of stuff ready to go. So you're armed and ready for the full moon in Aries. And then on October 8th, right after the full moon, there's going to be the draconiid meteor shower. That's when that peaks. You may not be able to see those because the moon's still going to be very bright in the sky. But usually when the moon's that full, you can't really see a lot of other things that are going on, especially like meteor showers, because those are kind of hard to detect sometimes. And then moving right along to October 10th, the moon's going to be making her round near the Pleiades star cluster. She's really making her rounds this month, I'm telling you. And then when we get to October 19th, she's going to be near Venus. So in the pre-dawn, she'll appear less than 4 degrees apart from Venus. And also the planet Mercury will also be visible in the sky that same day. And it's going to be next to planet Mars. It's going to appear next to planet Mars in the sky. Mercury also reaches its greatest eastern elongation this month, but that's more toward the end of the month. And all that means is because Mercury's always like right up on the sun. So this is the time where it's the furthest away from the sun that it ever will be. And so it's a great time for you to actually see it in the night sky. So October 21st, we have our new moon, which will be in the Libra, because we'll still be in Libra season. And then October 20th through the 22nd, we have a Orionid meteor shower. Now, those you should be able to see because that'll be a new moon. So we should be able to see the Orionid meteor showers October 20th through the 22nd. And then on October 21st, we have a comet that we're tracking in the sky. It'll be visible. C 2025 A6 Lemon that will be visible in the sky. And like I said, it'll be a new moon. So the sky will be pretty dark. So you should be able to see these things. And then on October 15th, the Triangulum galaxy will be visible. Now, this is the next largest galaxy that's closest to us, next to Andromeda. Okay, so you will be able to see this galaxy with the naked eye. But again, if you want to see it up close, you'll need binoculars or a telescope. Okay, and then on October 29th, like I said, the Mercury will reach its greatest elongation away from the sun. So if you haven't seen Mercury in a while, it'd be a good time to look up at the night sky to see that. And then currently we still have these 5 planets in retrograde. We have Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, Pluto in Aquarius, and Chiron in Aries. Okay. So this was our October's eyes on the sky. I hope you guys like that, the eyes on the sky. I'm going to be trying to bring more of that because I don't not only do I love numbers and astrology, I also love astronomy. I love the night sky. I love looking at stars. Always have since I've been a little girl. I've probably gotten a telescope 2 or 3 or 4 Christmases. Of course I broke them, so that's why I had to get more. But yeah, so it's going to be a great month for us to look forward to. There's a lot of planetary things going on. It's a big energy for the one universal month. So we want to make sure we're honoring that one universal month. So I just want to make sure that everyone understands that everything that's going on this one universal month is what's going to be taking place next year. So everything that I said is going to be happening next year. So these are the things that we really need to pay attention to and look out for the energy of them. I want to make sure that I'm sending peace, love, joy, and abundance to you, the Universal Supreme. I want to tell you, kings and queens up. Thank you so much for tuning in to this October energy report. Again, I am Malinda Valentine, your neighborhood astronumerologist. We are having a sale right now on besmartclothing.com. We have some new designs up there. I don't have the website up, but if you just go to besmartclothing.com, go ahead and support me there. There's some Royalty Rules t-shirts and some Queens and Kings Up merch there. We're going to be getting some different merch up and we're going to be switching the line up a little bit. So I'm excited for that. That's something new. See, I'm doing something new. So make sure you guys are doing something new too. And if you want to get a keys chart reading or any type of reading, we can do the keys chart. We can do a full reading. We can do a relationship. We can do a natal chart if you are expecting a child or someone's expecting a child or they're having a baby shower coming up and you want to give that as a gift, that's a perfect gift for a baby shower. So make sure you reach out to me for that. Right now, you can still reach me at numeralytics.biz and at info@numeralytics.biz, or you can text me on my moon line at 302-492 7722. So I just want to really thank everybody who has tuned in today. I want to say that I have been away a little while because I'm working on some projects in the background. So it's not that I don't want to come up here and see you guys. I actually missed everyone in the Universal Supreme. I haven't been live in a while, but we're going to be changing that around this month. I'm going to be doing a couple of lives and taking some time out to make sure I'm spending time with the Universal Supreme and making sure that I'm giving you guys good information. If there's anything that I do not cover in this energy report that you want to see, please drop that down in the comments below and I'll make sure that I get that in for November for us. Also, if there's anything that you want to know about or learn about through the Numbers Matter podcast that we do, put that down in the comments too, because I always will incorporate your suggestions. So again, I just want to thank everyone in the Universal Supreme for tuning in. Make sure you take heed to everything that we said on this video today. All of this one universal energy is indicative of where we're going to be at next year in 2026. So it's imperative that you understand where you are. Do not waste this opportunity. Do not waste a one universal month. Do not waste a one universal year. If you're in a one personal month, personal energy factor number 9, do not waste this time. Please, please, whatever you do, don't waste it. Don't procrastinate. Don't be lazy. Get up and get out and start something new. With that, I'm going to tell you, kings and queens up to the nation, peace, love, and light. Until we see you next month for November, happy one universal month. Peace. Queens up in your hood.